Hello, it is JakkHammer47 here, and as you can see, we are back in PC Building Simulator. And we're continuing the idea of the themed builds. So, as you can see from the last one, this is the last PC we made. This is the Firepower PC. And as you can see, it's got a pretty impressive good score, which is also very nice. Although I've just realized the G.skill memory isn't lighting up. Yes, over here we have a test fit of my current plans for my PC. And here you see the air-cooled behemoth, which we made on stream not too long ago, when I was meant to be playing GTA 5. And again, it's the G.skill isn't lighting up. That's a bit... So yes, we're going to leave that one here. And the other two have gone away, because now we are going to make another themed PC build. And this one is going to be a little bit different, because as much as I've been thinking for a while of what should I do for the next album to base things off, one that has a very distinctive look to it. There's a puck there, I didn't realize that. I've decided instead I'm just going to open the theming up to anything. So the next theme we're going to build is a Marshall JCM800. Yes, we are going to try and build a PC based around that amp. Now, of course, the amp itself is from the 80s, so we don't necessarily have to go for the most power. Instead, we're going to be going in purely aesthetics to try and recreate the look of that beloved amp. So, first things first, we need to look at cases. We need to ideally look for black, but it needs to be classy. It needs to be definitely a classy sort of thing. These are the two cases we have to choose from. Here we have the Be Silent with its gold trimmings and stuff. I say gold, orange. It's actually orange. It's a lot more vibrant orange in person than it was in the menu screen. And over here we have the NZXT. Now this looks very sort of golden, if anything, actually. I know I really thingy NZXT a lot, but I think I'm going to go with them for this. So we're going to be working on this bench. And you... Oh, wrong one. You can be saved in there for now. This is what we're going to be working on. So here we are. The case is now stripped down. I don't think there's anything else I can actually take off the thing, apart from these SSD sleds. Is there anything on the back here, actually? There's a fan hub. That's interesting. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything we've taken off, minor these two SSD sleds. But of course, we're sticking on SSD, so we don't need anything of that. So now let's have a look for the motherboard. Again, we're just going to search if anything comes up with gold. No. Okay. Black. Oh, there's, of course, NZXT do motherboards, don't they? So there's that possibility, which is always nice. Let's see, NZXT. Ah, they've got the white and blacks. I think we'd probably go with the black ones, but let's see what else we've got. There we go. In it goes. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking this. The Marshall build is coming along nicely. I think maybe it's best to just call it a Marshall build rather than the actual amp itself. So now we need to look at the processor. Again, we don't really need anything too thingy, so we can just go for a good old i7 if we really want to. Or we can go i9 or anything else we want, to be honest. I think just because of how important the Marshall is in a company in the world, literally in the world of amplification, I think it seems right to go for an i9. So let's do this properly. Now, memory, again, do we have anything that comes under gold? Although, actually, G.skill do that platinum ones, don't they? Is that in this game? Because if so, we're having that. It is not, so instead, let's go for the Trident in black. There we are. RAM, nice and populated. Next, we have to consider graphics cards. Again, I'd had to search older, and if we put in gold, we get these. Now, again, I'm not necessarily going for the most power, he says, putting in an i9. But, we're going to also, since we've seen that, we're going to have a look down and just see what we can find. Because just because I put in the word gold doesn't necessarily mean we'll find something with gold accents. Because that's where, I mean, Gigabyte's whole thing is orange. So they're also a good shout for what we're trying to accomplish here. You know what? Forget it. The Marshall are a very, very important company. So we're going to give them a lot of power. There we are. That is looking nice. Okay, now we have to deal with cooling. So, exactly what we're going to do, I haven't a clue really. Again, let's search gold and see if anything comes up. Of course it doesn't. Okay, so we've definitely got these for yellow. Well, that one's clearly the better one. I'm thinking we will have a look. I mean, this one, I'd say that's a bit more thingy, but whatever, apparently. Let's have a look, see what we see. We could even do water cooling. That's always a possibility. But the main reason I'm thinking air cooling is just because it is an old... Marshall is known for their valve amps, and that's an old type of technology. So it's, again, air cooling seems to be a good bet for this. These look actually quite interesting, but also interesting. Really interesting. Well, there's a purple thing in there for some reason. Why is there a purple thing? Something's texture is not loaded right. But I quite like that. That looks different. That looks like the tops of that glowing. That would look really cool actually. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Case fans, again, let's see, is there anything gold? No. There seems to be a distinct lack of gold in all this. Okay, so we've got yellow, but what RGB options do we have? Those are actually really interesting look. In fact, yeah, let's go with these, because these are just those are just interesting. So it's okay, so we're gonna have to mix and match a little bit. Ooh, we could go thermal take. Thermal take are pretty fun. Yeah, that's a 14. Oh, that won't fit on the back with that. Wait, why? Let's remove that. Okay, so apparently we're doing the fans first. Okay, so we're going thermal take, those interesting ones at the top, and then I'm guessing more thermal take at the front. I think that's what we're going to go with. And there we have it. That's all the fans installed. We'll have to see on the power up what those actually look like, because yeah, actually let's start power supply now. I think 750 seems to be like the equivalent of like 100 watts in the amp world. So I think just plain and simple Corsair power supply. Why is that screwing in? The bracket isn't there yet. That's a bit weird. Well, let's put the bracket back in so then it hides the fact that that's gone wrong. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's better. That's much better. That looked weird. Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Let's see what we can find. RGB wouldn't be a bad thing because I can customize all the colours and all that. So we will have a look. But also, I quite like the idea of it all being colour right when it's turned off as well. Let's go with this because, yeah, it's actually colour appropriate. Let's get some cabling done. It's not the worst look, but I don't like the fact that they're different. It's got to be the same. You know, unfortunately, you're currently the only one that's actually gold is that, and so that really annoys me. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Now let's install some memory. No, not that memory. I meant storage. I know what I mean. So again, Corsair is probably a good bet here because for an M.2... Oh, got things to remove. Stick that there. Again, it's the right colour, so let's go with it. Why are those thinging? Okay, apparently we can't have those, so these are getting removed. Except they leave a massive thing. Okay, apparently we're not doing that. Have that go there. That's better. I mean, the cables are clipping through each other, but it's fine, it's fine, it's much better. Okay, now we can properly do a little test. Is it going to power on? It lives! Ho 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 ho! That is nice. Okay, power off. Nice. That's it. That is good. I'm happy with that. So there we are. We now have our Marshall-inspired PC. Granted, a lot of the colours are off quite a bit, but we will obviously fix that right now. There we are. Our... Oh, no. Stop that. I'm trying to look at it. Our Marshall-inspired PC case. Gotta say, I'm liking this quite a bit. It's it looks pretty good. Those fans at the top, I quite like those. They've got that whole pipework looking aesthetic to them. It's a shame these ones couldn't be the same and like the front one, but that would require us having to remove quite a lot of stuff and changing a few things as well. I thought maybe that one. Let's quickly check. Let's power it off and let's check. There we are. It is. I like the look of that a lot better. Granted, it'd be nice if we could have those the center part black, but what are you gonna do? So yes, this is, in fact, no, that's not the end of the video. Let's see how well it does in a benchmark. Let's see what exactly we have made here. Okay, that's a pretty respectable score. It's not quite the same as, obviously it's not quite the same as Firepower, but this is still a pretty good score. I'm very happy with this. This is a very, very good PC. Yeah. So we've got Firepower here. This is obviously a much higher score, but I'd say I'm liking these two builds. This one's all red and Firepower, and this one's all gold and sophisticated and martial. I'm liking this quite a lot. I like this. So yes, I've been JakkHammer47. This has been the martial build, and I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to like the video if you like it, obviously. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Of course, I also have my live stream archives I upload as well. But yes, I've been JakkHammer47, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.